Hello, thumbs up because you are amazing. I am Uncle Mike, your favorite gamer's favorite uncle, and we are back here in Microsoft Flight Simulator on the Xbox Series S, recreating the second flight here of MzeroA on their way to Oshkosh. And today's flight is, or today's, got 3, 2, 1. Hello, thumbs up because you are amazing. I am Uncle Mike, your favorite gamer's favorite uncle, and we are back here on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox Series S, recreating MzeroA's flight from Savannah now to Myrtle Beach. This is still their day one flights, but this is the second flight of day one on their way to Air Adventure Oshkosh 22. And I kind of figured out why they're going right up the East Coast is because they are going to make a stop at Kitty Hawk here in the future. And so we are ready to go. Let's go ahead and get November 23 Mike Zulu started up, and let's get out of Savannah and head to Myrtle Beach. So let's go ahead and jump in the cockpit here. Here we are, still on the ground in Savannah, heading to Myrtle Beach. We went ahead and filed IFR. You can kind of see we still got clouds and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and get 23 Mike Zulu here. Let's go ahead and get it started up. So looks good. Fuel valve is in. We're set on both tanks. Mixture is rich. Parking brake is set. Let's go ahead and turn on the red switches, and because of that, let's go ahead and get the beacon on. Let's go ahead and turn on the nav lights also. Let's go ahead and get Avionics turned on so we can get the multi-functional display over here. Also get it warming up. There we go. Get it warming up. Let's go ahead and zoom out. You can see that we've got our flight plan all set up. Let's go ahead and hit off. All right, everything is looking good there. I am going to go ahead and, just because we've got some weather, it might get a little dark on us. I am going to go ahead and turn up the brightness on things here so we can see it a little better. Everything is max bright there. All right. So we got everything looking good. Let's go ahead and crack the throttle just a little bit here. Parking brake is set. Let's go ahead and give it some fuel. Energize the system. All right, I like that. Let's go ahead now and can we get a clear prop? Nicely done there. Go ahead and turn on the pitot heat. Everything is looking good. Let it warm up here. Let's give it a little bit of gas. About 1,000 RPMs here. So let it warm up. Oil pressure looks good. Oil temp will come up. Everything else will come up. We got vacuum pressure. Everything is looking good. Let's go ahead and do a wingman check out here. What happened to? Oh, okay. Where are we parked at? Okay. Okay. Sure. Hey, big boy. Big old heavy. Oh. Well, hello there, little bonanza. Okay. Well, we'll deal with that when we need to. And let's go ahead and see what the weather's like.
Savannah Airport information, Charlie
277 to 4. We filed for 7,000.
Temperature, tree 4.
Hot.
Dew point, 1 tree.
Hot down way in the south.
0.59er. Visual runway 28 in use. Landing and departing runway 28. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact.
All right, we got Charlie. Let's go to clearance. Let's go talk to Clarence and get our clearance.
Savannah clearance delivery Cessna November 2 Tree Mike Zulu IFR to Myrtle Beach, ready to copy.
Cessna November 2 Tree Mike Zulu is cleared to Myrtle Beach Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 28 climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 121.1 squawk 4065.
Cessna November 2 Tree Mike Zulu cleared to Myrtle Beach Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 28 climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure on 121.1 squawk 4065.
Cessna 3 Mike Zulu, read that correct.
Alright, looking good.
Ground on 121.9. Good day.
Alright, let's go ahead and go over ground. We'll talk to them when we're ready. Let's go ahead and get avionics set up here while we're letting everything warm up. Let's go GPS. That's good there. Let's go ahead and get the wind set up, option 1. Let's go ahead and I'm going to turn off the little inset map here. Let's go ahead and get that off. Everything is looking good over there. Let's come over here and let's get this set for enter, track up, enter, menu. There we go. And let's go ahead and get everything set up for our climb out here on autopilot. So we got 7,000 set up. We're on the heading bug at 280, runway 28, 80 knot climb. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's get down to the end of the runway. Let's go ahead and do our warm up and let's get on our way to Myrtle Beach, just like the MzeroA guys are doing, heading up the coast. So not too long of a flight, a little over an hour or something like that. So, all right, let's go to request taxi.
Savannah ground Cessna November 2 Tree Mike Zulu with Delta ready to taxi IFR.
Cessna November 2 Tree Mike Zulu taxi 2 and hold short of runway 28 via taxiway Echo Foxtrot.
All right, Echo Foxtrot, runway 28.
Contact tower on 125.975 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 28 via taxiway Echo Foxtrot Cessna Tree Mike Zulu.
Savannah ground, Brickyard Tree 681 requesting pushback. Brickyard Tree 681 pushback request accepted.
All right, taxiing out here, runway 28. So taking off to the west, heading northeast. Got some clouds here that we're gonna have to take care of. Cutting across the ramp here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and follow this taxi ribbon. And again, that keeps it, I know it's kind of gamey and all that kind of stuff, but again, I am an Xbox gamer. That's what I do. So again, I am following the MzeroA guys, the Mike Zero Alpha guys, to Oshkosh, and they are posting their flights. This is still day 1 for them. This is just their second flight. And so we are heading up to Myrtle Beach. Again, they're heading up the East Coast because they're going to go to Kitty Hawk, which is pretty cool. And then they're going to cut across the nation over into Oshkosh, which is Wisconsin. So, all right, we're going to come up here. Looks like we got an airplane on final right there, so we got to keep in mind that. We're gonna go ahead and get out of the way in case one of those heavies decides to come up here.
Taxiing, hold short runway 28.
Because they are taxiing. I can hear them on ground.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Echo, generic 5 Echo Charlie.
Alright.
Brickyard tree 6.
Come to a stop. Parking brake is on. Let's go ahead and give it some juice.
Hold position, Brickyard tree 6.
Go to about 1,800 RPMs or so. Alright, 1770. Everything looks good. Let's come over here and cycle the magnetos, right? Nice drop. Not too much, not anything that we're worried about. Let's try the left. Nice drop, that's good. Alright. We are on, let's do a kind of a gumps check here. We got on full tanks, everything's looking good. All the lights are on. Transponder is on alternate on the right, squat code in the box. Winds are light. We're going to go ahead and, since we're full fuel here and we're both of us, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and put the flaps down. Everything is looking good though. I like it. So let's go ahead and come. All right.
Savannah ground generic November 880 Foxtrot.
Let's go get in line.
Pushback. Generic November 880 Foxtrot Tango pushback request accepted. Brickyard tree 681 continue taxi.
All right. Wiggle wiggle. We're not a glider. We're not telling them we're ready for tow. Let's get up here before those heavies show up.
Roger, Brickyard tree 681.
All right, final looks good. And there might be somebody turning on final way out there. All right, everything's looking good. Get up here in line. Go ahead, turn to the tower. All right, we're on tower. Let's request takeoff here.
Savannah Tower, Cessna November, 2 tree, Mike Zulu, ready for IFR departure.
Flaps coming down.
28.
Cessna November 2 tree Mike Zulu altimeter tree 0.59er wind 277 at 4. Cleared for takeoff runway 28.
Clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 Cessna November, 2 tree Mike Zulu.
Go ahead and just check. Like I said, it looked like there was somebody maybe out there on final, turning these inbound. I don't see him now, but we are clear. I see runway 28. We got traffic out over there. I see him. Landing lights coming on. See runway 28 here. Fuel, flaps, landing light, everything looking good. Power. Everything's in the green. I like it. Airspeed's alive. 40 knots. 55 knots. Rotate. Stay in ground effect. Accelerate. Got plenty of runway in case we lose. We're just going to go straight ahead. And 1270 knots. Flaps coming up. Flaps up. Trim, trim, trim for climb here. Yeah, it's not as easy here on the old Xbox. Just working with the controller here, you know.
Savannah Tower, generic November 880 Foxtrot Tango, ready for departure runway 28 IFR to Melbourne. Cessna
That's us.
Contact Savannah departure on 121.1.
121.1.
Generic November 880 Foxtrot Tango lineup and wait.
121.1 for Cessna Tree Mike Zulu.
Switch over. Let's call them up.
Savannah departure Cessna November 2 Tree Mike Zulu is passing 700 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Cessna November 2 Tree Mike Zulu Savannah departure altimeter 30.59er. Continue to YUHBY as planned.
All right. Let's go ahead and get on course here. We'll start a right turn. Climbing out. I'm still on the sticks here. I have not turned on the autopilot or anything. I'm just here. Just flying the sticks here on the controller. Basically, you're going to again do a kind of a right downwind departure here. Intercept our flight plan. Alright, everything's looking good. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the autopilot. Get it climbing out here to 80 knots. Got 7,000 on the old altitude bug. Going to go ahead and go now into heading mode. And away we go. So there is Savannah. Bye-bye Savannah as we head to Myrtle Beach. Dirty Myrtle. Here we come. Gonna fly right up the coast here. Looks like we're gonna be in the clouds, but we'll see how what the bases are at here. They said the bases were like at 6,000 something, so we might ask for a lower altitude so we can stay underneath the clouds, but we'll see. We'll see what we want here. And we are coming up here on our as planned, so we can go into nav mode and go ahead and let that autopilot and let the smart box take us to Myrtle Beach here. So here we go, going to go ahead and go on nav mode. Get a nice easy turn here eventually as it goes to intercept our path. Here we go, and out we go. So now we get at least a better view of Savannah here. So this is all of the Savannah port way out there on the wingtip out there. That is historic Savannah off the wingtip on the other side of the bridge down there. As soon as we cross over the Savannah River here, we are in South Carolina. So those guys flew over South Carolina, which is where I'm at. I'm in South Carolina. So welcome to South Kakalaki, guys. Oh, I've also found out if we go ahead and switch over here and we zoom in the right seat is Jason, and in the left seat there, that is Matt. So, all right, bye-bye Savannah. And we are heading now toward Dirty Myrtle, Myrtle Beach. So this flight simulator here, or this plane here, this is basically the stock Cessna 172, kind of in the livery that matches 2-3 Mike Zulu's paint scheme for Mike Zero Alpha. But where we're heading to, Myrtle Beach, that is actually Payware Airport. So we're gonna see how nice the airport is here in Myrtle Beach on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox Series S, and even in the in real life video, which there will be a description to their in real life video that M0 Alpha has been doing here. But they even mention how pretty the Myrtle Beach airport is. So when we get there, we'll check out that Payware airport, see what we think about it. So we're climbing up here. We're at 4.5 going to 7. And we're just about to get to one of our first fixes here. We're going to make a slight right turn and just kind of shoot right up the coast here, just inbound of the ocean. But of course, the coast kind of will curve into us. Then we'll be, when we get to Myrtle Beach, we're actually, I filed for the, it looks like the winds were offshore, so I went ahead and filed for the instrument approach, the ILS approach. I think it's like runway 35 into Myrtle Beach, so we'll be coming in over the ocean, which is different from what they did. They came in over land, but no worries. We'll just go ahead and, like I said, keep flying, keep following them. If it's a little bit different for us, then great. So, all right, well, there's the interstate over there. I will be on that interstate here shortly, heading to Orlando here in just over a week from Sunday. We're heading down to Orlando. All right, we are coming up here to the base of these clouds again, just like last flight. But everything is looking good here. We can come over here and see that what we've got going on. 5 minutes to the next fix. Everything's looking good. Probably be handed off here not too long, I would imagine. We'll see. Got a little bit of a tailwind here, or kind of a component of a tailwind now, so maybe we'll get us some pretty good ground speed once we get to 7,000. But yeah, we're going to be right at the base of these clouds, it looks like. They're climbing out of Savannah, heading to Myrtle Beach, just like the guys in MzeroA, as they make this kind of long, very aviation-oriented trip to Oshkosh 22 by going way of Kitty Hawk. And so the next flight should be from Myrtle Beach up into Kitty Hawk, and it looks like they're going over to the Elizabeth City, which is just inboard of the Outer Banks there of North Carolina, and then up to Manassas is look like what they're going to be doing, up into Virginia, right by Washington D.C. And then maybe that's when they're going to start heading west toward the Great Lakes in Wisconsin to head to Oshkosh. So, all right, 6,500, 6.5 going to 7. Everything looks good. We got 7,000 on the altitude bug, 80 knots in the climb. Let's see, we can go ahead and turn off. Landing lights can come off. Not sure why turning off the landing light made us pitch up, but it did. Maybe we're hitting some turbulence here. We are going to be right on the base of these clouds. That is going to be, look at this. No, that's gonna be kind of fun. All right, so now we'll just come up here. We'll go ahead and let everything kind of settle out. And we can go ahead and start leaning out for cruise. And see, as we lean out, we gain RPMs. I want to keep it right at about, we're maybe go a little faster today, so we're going to lean it out here. 2,000 or at 2,600 RPM, still good, as we just lean out here. And we come back on the power. Here, I want 2,600 RPMs. There we go. All right. We have got that mixture leaned out for altitude here at 7,000 feet, right at the base of these clouds. And so off we go here to Myrtle Beach. Not sure if there's going to be, you know, a lot to really see. I know we'll be flying right over Charleston. And so perhaps once we get to Charleston, maybe that would be a good place to, well, that we'll actually see something, because I mean, we're just, I mean, it's beautiful, you know, scenery and stuff like that. It looks like we got another airplane out here. Yep, I see his anti-smash lights out there. So yeah, everything's kind of getting into the nice openness here of these clouds. And let's go ahead and just get everything set up. Come on, let's go ahead and just see that everything looks good. And let's go ahead and make sure, yep, altimeter is set good. We are on track. We're on nav mode. We are 126 knots over the ground, 123 knots true. Nav mode is on. Landing lights are off, beacon. I'm going to go ahead with some of this weather. I'm going to go ahead and turn on strobe. Just go ahead and turn that on. We're still down here, really where there could be a lot of, you know, VFR pilots still, right? You know, Scud running here. So yeah, so with that, I will be back here in a little bit as we kind of fast forward up to Charleston, and then after Charleston on to Myrtle Beach. So I will see you right back here in just a bit. All right, we are flying over Charleston. So yeah, we are looking up at Charleston here. Down there on that peninsula out over here is actually historic Charleston, and then Mount Sumter out there. And over there is Patriot Point. So then we're going to go right over Charleston Air Force Base and International Airport. A lot of neat stuff going on here at this airport. Boeing's got a manufacturing plant. There's big, like whatever it is, C-5s and C-17s and stuff going to Charleston Air Force Base. So then on the east side of Charleston Air Force, or Charleston, is the actual like international airport. So pretty cool. That's it.
Delta 1076 Jacksonville Center, continue as planned. Generic 839er traffic is 8 o'clock. o'clock, 4 miles at 5,800 feet generic.
So we're on IFR here, so we should be good.
Generic 246 traffic.
They'll vector us around if we're getting in anybody's way.
Generic.
You can start to see the traffic here on the old ADSB.
Generic 8-tree, Niner traffic in sight. Generic 246 contact, Charleston approach on 120.7.
Probably stuff passing right over. We're on a major airway just going up the east coast here.
124.7 for Brickyard Flight 838.
But November 23 Mike Zulu here is performing really well. Let's just go ahead and take everything looking good. Alright, we can actually come up on the throttle a little bit.
Jacksonville Center, Brickyard 5712 is passing
Looking
flight
good.
level 200, descending 2,000 feet. Brickyard 5712 Jacksonville Center, continue as planned.
Yep, there is Charleston. Like I said, out in that peninsula, that's historic Charleston. And then out there, right there on the crosshairs is Fort Sumter. First shot fired of the Civil War. Patriot Point, where you can go out there. They used to have a submarine and an aircraft carrier and stuff like that. Pretty neat. So as we cross over, let's go get a better view since we're going to go right over Charleston International here. This is considered North Charleston, the town. So as you look right here, this is the base. This is the Air Force base. Over here and down here, this is Boeing. I think they make the 787 Dreamliner down here. So this is Boeing down here. And then across the way is the actual, I think, terminal. I guess we could just look it up now, couldn't we? So Charleston. Nope. This right here is the terminal. That's Boeing. This is the Air Force base right there. And then that's Civil Ramp and stuff like that over here. Very cool.
Delta 1076 traffic in sight. 119.3
Looks like they got some Boeing's modeled down there. And they're moving. Are they moving? Looks like they're moving. Like some brand new Dreamliners, huh?
Rouge 1751 traffic is 3 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 360 generic. Report them in sight. Allegiant 1957 traffic is 3 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 350 generic. Report them in sight.
Yeah, they're down there at the Boeing facility. They are taxiing out.
Rouge 1751 have the generic in sight.
Very nice flight right over Charleston. Just trying to see if we can pick up some. Oh, we missed a call. Oh, we got it. We had a handoff. I missed a handoff.
Jacksonville Center, Cessna November 2 tree, Mike Zulu, 7,000 feet.
Cessna November 2 tree, Mike Zulu, Jacksonville Center altimeter 30.59er. Continue to Cornell as planned. Jacksonville Center, Rouge 1751.
All right, we are off.
Flight level 345, descending 10,000 feet. Rouge 1751, Jacksonville Center, continue as planned.
Look good. I was just looking over at Sky Vector. Of course, you can see now. You can see a lot more of Charleston. And again, North Charleston up here. There's a huge port. That's historic Charleston down there in that peninsula. You can see then the container ports and all that of Charleston. They're cool. That's amazing. We just go ahead and scud running up here up the coast, heading to dirty Myrtle.
Cessna 3 Mike Zulu, contact Jacksonville Center on 128.7. Good day.
Well, it's for us, wasn't it?
Allegiant
Yep.
2005, have the traffic.
128.7 for Cessna 3 Mike Zulu. Jacksonville Center, Cessna November 2 Tree, Mike Zulu, 7,000 feet.
Cessna November 23 Mike Zulu, Jacksonville Center altimeter 30.59er. Continue to Cornell as planned.
All right. Not much on the coast. There's just little, you know, you've got down here, there's just really not that much. A lot of barrier islands. Just kind of flat topography and all that kind of stuff. So I would think with that, I will be back with you here in a little bit as we speed up time, and I'll be back with you when we are getting close to Myrtle Beach. So see you in a bit. All right, back with you here in the cockpit. But yeah, just talked to Myrtle Beach approach.
Cessna 3 Mike Zulu, you are 29er miles southwest. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors ILS runway 36 approach.
All right, vectors for 36.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors ILS runway tree 6 approach Cessna 3 Mike Zulu.
So I'm not really sure actually how the flight sim does it, but I'm gonna follow what I filed, and so we're gonna be making a right turn here to actually head out toward part of the initial fix and stuff for the ILS approach. So we'll see if they kind of yell at us for this. I'm not sure how the flight sim does it. If I was paying attention to what, you know, she said, it would maintain present heading and all that, so we'll see if they yell at us here. Again, I'm not...
Cessna 3 Mike Zulu descend and maintain 1,600 feet.
Well, they want us to come down.
Descend and maintain 1,600 feet Cessna 3 Mike Zulu.
That's probably intercept for the initial intercept. So 1,600. Let's go ahead and come on down. 1,000 feet per minute, huh? There is Myrtle Beach out there. This is actually the area of Myrtle's Inlet. Myrtle Beach is out over there in the sun. Myrtle's Inlet is actually kind of where the locals go. Better, it's not as touristy. I think the food's better. So, again, I live in South Kakalaki, so we are in South Kakalaki. Alright, descending down here to a 1,600. We could have canceled, probably could have just canceled. Okay, what's going on here? Alright, nav mode is not working, so switch over to heading mode. Yep, heading mode is working. Oh, I see, because it's already, it turned over, that's what happened. It turned over to, automatically here, it turned over to the localizer for the ILS. That's what it did. So it kicked off. That's why I couldn't go on nav mode here. Because it was basically, so what we'll do is we'll come up here, then we'll get the initial approach fix and all that kind of stuff, and then we'll do the intercept for the ILS. So, okay, hey, you always learn. You always learn. Hey, again, it's not like study level stuff here, so, but we're looking good. 100 knots indicated, 1,000 feet per minute, coming right over, looks like right over Myrtle's Inlet here. Yep, good restaurants over here in Myrtle's Inlet. Out over there is Myrtle Beach, so we're going to come in over the ocean. Runway 36. And again, this airport is a payware here on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox Series S. So once we land, we get parked and shut down, we'll go ahead and pop up the drone and take a little flight around. So if you're interested in purchasing this payware airport, Myrtle Beach, Kilo Mike Yankee Romeo, then you'll have that to check out. See if you want to get it. But if there's a payware that these guys are going to, then I am going to get it. So with that, if you would like to support my channel, then you can always go to Buy Me a Coffee. Link in the description below. Or if you want your own coffee, there's an affiliate link there also to Coffee Brand Coffee. So all right, 3.3 going to 1.6, right over the beach here. Yep, great restaurants right along this road, right along Myrtle's Inlet here. Great restaurants all right down in here. Yummy, yummy in my tummy, tummy. Alright, still descending down. Everything is looking good here. Like I said, I could have canceled IFR, or IFR went visual, but let's go ahead and do the whole. We can practice, we can learn. Obviously we learned something here with this, is that if you have a pre-programmed, I guess you could say, in ILS approach, then it kicks you right onto VOR mode and makes it a little bit difficult then to navigate under autopilot. So that's something to pay attention to here on the flight sim. So good to know, good to know. But we're in heading mode now, descending down 1,000 feet per minute. I'm going to go ahead and kind of come out of that here a little bit and not descend down so fast now, 500 feet per minute. Because we've still got like 6 minutes before we actually get to the next fix here which should have us make it a left turn. So we're going to checky wacky. So I can bring up the chart here. So there's Chaka. We're going to Chaka. And yep, Chaka. We're supposed to be at 1,600 feet when we intercept the Chaka fix. So yeah, everything's looking good. Then 357. Then we're going to Porky. And then at Porky, that's when we're actually will start intercept the glide slope. So. All right, going to start dialing in some power here. Out over the Atlantic Ocean here. Oh, we'll come out here, then intercept for runway 36. So Myrtle Beach is out over there. Everything is looking good. You might have also noticed that when we were there in ludicrous speed, I went down and I dialed in something on the ADF. That is actually Hori ADF. That is our missed approach fix. So we're supposed to then climb to 1,000 feet and then make a climbing right turn, or excuse me, climbing left turn to 3,000 feet direct to Hori ADF. So that's why I have went ahead and plugged that in, and so that way we have it. So in case we need to do a missed approach. And of course you can always come down over here and right now we're too far away, so we didn't hear it, but while we were flying there, you can actually hear the Morse code. Well, there we go. So we've got the ADF set in case we need to do a missed approach again. Climb up to 1,000 feet, then a climbing left turn to 3,000, direct Hori ADF. So that's what we're looking for. All right, so we're just heading out over here to the water. Really didn't need to really do this, but like I said, this is how we filed, so I think we could have just stayed right there and it probably would have took us right to Porky, the way the air traffic control. So I'm going to have to see if air traffic control yells at us. Sometimes air traffic control gets confused. So here on the flight sim, so I need to see if that's what would happen. So all right, we're at 1,600, 101 knots indicated. We're just kind of putting along here at 2,200 RPM. Let everything kind of settle down. Come up here, we can actually come over here to the multi-function display. Zoom in a little bit so we've got a little bit better view here, since we are in heading mode. But what we'll do is we'll switch over to nav mode and we'll let then it do the intercept. So you start to see the hotels and stuff on the beach there at Dirty Myrtle, at Myrtle Beach.
Cessna Tree, Mike Zulu, you are 13 miles south of Myrtle Beach. Maintain present heading and altitude. Contact tower on 128.45.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Tower on 128.45 Cessna Tree Mike Zulu. Tower Cessna November, 2 Tree Mike Zulu, 12 miles south inbound ILS runway tree 6 approach.
There we go.
Cessna November,
Yes.
2 Tree Mike Zulu Tower. Altimeter tree 0.5, Niner 1279 Niner at 4. Cleared ILS runway tree 6 approach.
All right.
Cleared ILS runway tree 6 approach, Cessna tree Mike Zulu.
Altimeter is set. Fuel is on both. We have descended down. Let's go ahead and go full rich. Landing light coming on. Coming up here to Chaka, Chakalaka. Looking good here. All right, 128.45 is what it says we got dialed in here. I got 111 point, oh sorry. All right, I think we might need to shoot the visual here because nav right now says 113.9, no 111.5, 110.5. I don't have that. I'm going to come back on the power. Still go nav mode. We're going to come down over here and I've got for the ILS it's I got 111.9. There it is. Yep. Okay, so it gave us the wrong thing. Let's go nav mode. There we go. Localizer is good. Let's come over here then to approach mode. Approach mode is where I got that on the target. Okay, so there we go. So how we filed and how we did on the computer and all that kind of stuff didn't work within Microsoft Flight Simulator. So over here on the actual chart from SkyVector, it's 111.9 is the ILS frequency. So I changed that. Everything now looks like it's going to work out good. So again, that's a something for you to think about. I'm going to add some power now. That's some things to think about if you're interested in Microsoft Flight Simulator on the Xbox, is that not everything is programmed in correctly inside Microsoft Flight Simulator, but the amazing thing is that typically it'll work correctly if you use the real charts, just like we just did right there. So we had 113.9 dialed in. It's supposed to be 111.9, and so now we're all set up. So it is the ILS, so it's Indigo, and then it is Bravo Sierra Quebec. And so if you look right down here, you can see it right there. Indigo Bravo Sierra Quebec. So we are on the ILS here for runway 36. Come back on the power just a little bit here. We can watch here our glide slope. And we are coming up on Porky, which is our initial approach fix. So we're going to confirm that we're going to intercept the glide slope. So this is really good because we could have just shot the visual, but we'll go ahead and let the autopilot do it on this flight and see what we get. So here we go. Everything is on autopilot. We've already intercepted the localizer. It is green right up there. It says LOC, localizer. And now here comes the glide slope. This should go green. There we go. And we've got the intercept. All right.
Cessna tree Mike Zulu 1279 at 4. Cleared to land runway tree 6.
All right. Clear to land.
Cleared to land runway tree 6 Cessna tree Mike Zulu.
Come back on the power here. That's just saying that we've busted our altitude bug that we had set of 1,600. Gonna come back to 1,500 on the old RPMs. Landing lights are on. We'll get everything set up once we get down there. Everything's looking good. I like what we've got. Airport is in sight. You can actually see the hotels and stuff of dirty Myrtle over here on the beach. Again, this is a payware airport, so it should load up and have some pretty nice scenery once we get closer here for the Xbox Series S to load it all up. All right, we're in the white arc. First notch of flaps coming in. Power's coming in. Looking good here. The old G1000 is doing us a real nice favor here, making it real easy for us. Would have been an easy approach anyways, but that's no fun. So let's go ahead and practice here all the electronics. It's a little bit hard with the electronics with the G1000 on the Xbox because you're using a controller. And yeah, I got a keyboard, but I'm pretty much using just a controller. I've got a few things that I can change, some heading bugs and all that kind of stuff. So now I see 2 white, 2 red out there already. We're gonna vacate the runway to the left. I kind of see our taxiway that just passed the VASI lights there, but everything is looking good. All right, gonna go another notch of flaps here. It'll slow us down just a little bit. All right, we are coming over the beach here. There is Myrtle Beach with all of its going up the coast there of all its hotels and resorts and everything else. A little bit of power, looking nice. I like what we see. Not sure, I didn't look to see what minimums are right here. So 225 feet, so we're at 330. I'm gonna go ahead, autopilot off. I'm on the sticks now. I'm on the sticks. Ooh, a little windy here, a little windy. All right, airport made, gonna go full flaps. Remember, I wanted to get that first taxiway just past the VASI lights here, so. Airport made, I'm coming off the power, keeping the nose down, getting ready for a flare. Nice. Little brakes.
Cessna Tree Mike Zulu exit runway 18.
Gotcha. I am able. Two, 3 Mike Zulu is clear.
Cessna Tree Mike Zulu contact ground on 120 decimal tree.
Point 3, 2-3 Mike Zulu.
Tower Spirit Wings 837 Heavy ready for departure runway.
Let's go clean this up.
To Palmer. Spirit Wings 837 Heavy altimeter, tree 0.59er wind 279
Landing light coming off.
Cleared for takeoff runway.
Oh, plane's taking off. Yeah, there he goes. Very cool.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 6 Spirit Wings 837 Heavy.
120.
Alright, it's contact ground. I think we want to just go pretty much just right over here. So.
Kilo Mike Yankee Romeo.
Oops.
Automated weather observation 2000 Zulu.
I want to go, I guess, northwest parking.
Ground Cessna November 2 Tree Mike Zulu taxi to northwest parking.
Cessna November 2 Tree Mike Zulu taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Bravo 2 Bravo.
Taxiing to
There
General
we go.
Aviation
There
parking
goes
via taxiway Bravo
Spirit
2
Wings.
Bravo Cessna Tree Mike Zulu.
Was gonna watch him take off, but he was cleared a while back. Must be doing a systems check. Well, he's on the roll now. Very cool. That's amazing. Man, everybody and their mother came out to greet us. Okay. Just a little Cessna Skyhawk. I didn't need like baggage people and all this. It's full service though, huh? Hey, it's M0 Alpha, man. It's it's MzeroA or Mike Zero Alpha. So it's not meat grinder them. Yeah, they like it, huh? They like it. Yeah. Come on now. Come on, little Cessna. No? Come on, little Cessna. We got this. You like it? Okay. Parking brakes are on. Flaps are up. Do. All the little switchies are off. Likey. Let's pull it. Oh. It's so good. Yeah, stop yelling at me. All right. I likey. And there we go. Well, welcome to Dirty Myrtle. Welcome to Myrtle Beach, Kilo Mike Yankee Romeo, here in November 2-3 Mike Zulu, as we are following along as Mike Zero Alpha or MzeroA as they do their in real life flights on their way to Oshkosh Air Adventure 22 by way of Kitty Hawk. That was going to be probably one of the next videos that we're going to do, but we are here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox Series S. Just landed in Myrtle Beach, which is a payware airport. So with that, let's go ahead and break out the drone and let's check out this payware airport of Myrtle Beach in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it looks pretty good. Not really sure why that guy is back taxiing on the high speed the wrong way. Let's see, what do I know about this airport? Not much. I know that there is a display of airplanes over here. There's a little air park. Oh, look, they've actually, that's cool. So they've actually modeled them. And they put the right airplanes, an A-10, a Corsair, and an old Super Sabre. So that's cool with this payware. And then you've got just the photogrammetry, and then some, obviously I think it's probably just normal AI. Let's go take a look here at, I'm not sure where that guy's going. Probably doesn't know either. But here is the terminal building. Again, this is Myrtle Beach on the Xbox Series S for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So I've never been to this terminal, so I will say, wow, it looks amazing. But yeah, if you're into all the commercial flying that people do, I think it's a pretty nice. It looks like it's modeled pretty nice. Let's go over here. Let's check out the tower. Here's the windsock. Probably got dual windsocks. One for the stock, one for the stock windsock, and then one for the paywares one. The tower doesn't look like it has anything special really modeled. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Then back over here, here we are, 2-3 Mike Alpha. Well, I hope you enjoyed that flight. If you did, please click that like button, Click that like button if you do. Subscribe if you haven't. Come join me on a future live stream or keep watching my channel. But I am Uncle Mike, your favorite gamer's favorite uncle. I'll see you on the next flight. Bye.